Tribute AJ Green coming to Madden 23 tomorrow morning as an LTD. Stat-wise, gonna be amazing. 96 speed. Height-wise, he is either 6'3 or 6'4. Abilities for him, now we don't know the exact buckets, but route tech, short out, and red zone threat for 0 AP. Deep in, mid in, and short in for 1 AP. He will also have a training offer, a cheap training offer for a 94 overall version. Quickly glancing at the 97 overall champions and LTDs for your Super Bowl Part 2 content. We're not going to go through all the little pieces. I'm sure you guys have seen them all on numerous videos. Travis Kelce, though, 95 speed, fastest tight end in the game. Even faster than the 98 overall Gronk, but the run blocking is not too good. His brother, Jason Kelce, all these cards will be at least tied or mostly the highest overall at their position. Kaiser White, right outside linebacker. These are the champions, by the way, 4 champions for LTDs, but Kaiser White, 94 speed, solid outside linebacker. And then Jalen Watson, he is going to be more of your man-to-man corner. He gets a bunch of man-to-man abilities. 96 speed, 6'2", I want to say, for his height. Here are your LTDs, though. Frank Clark, and I am a little bit disappointed in the speed. I mean, they're giving everybody 96 speed. Cole Beasley, DeAndre Hopkins. You could at least throw Frank Clark 92 or 93 speed. James Bradbury, this is an amazing card. Almost identical to the Jalen Mills LTD we got last week. He is going to be your zone corner of this drop. 96 speed, good height on him as well. Jalen Hurts gets an upgrade. A little bit surprising because, you know, there's a good chance that the Eagles win. He does get a 99 Super Bowl MVP. We'll go through his abilities, but overall, really, really good card. My favorite LTD of this drop, NVS 6'4". 97 speed Packers and Chiefs theme team. Here are the abilities on these cards with MVS2. He gets route tech for 0 AP, short out elite for 0 AP. Jalen Hurts gets a decent AP combo, fearless pass elite, hot route master for 6 AP. It's not the best, but if you want a quarterback that is super, super fast, he also does get all NFC team chems like the Justin Reed with the AFC chems, so there's something there. Ability-wise, though, across the board, pretty damn good cards. And if you are curious about the 94 overall cards from last week, they should go into the Part 2 sets. It's been like that all year. I couldn't get confirmation because I did not watch the stream live, and they deleted the VOD on Twitch, so I don't have 100% proof, but I'm sure the 94 overalls will go into the Part 2 sets. Price-wise, they're actually not going for too expensive. They're like $145. You can snipe them very easily for $140K. If you do have some of them as investments, we've bought a few, make sure you do sell them off or do the sets very early on tomorrow morning, because I'm sure they'll spike for the first few hours and then steadily drop over the course of the weekend. In other news, we still have not gotten the 90 plus. Now, I personally am not getting it. I did not open the packs in time. But the 2 times 90 plus legends per whatever legend packs you open on Saturday, they were supposed to be rolling out. Maybe at the time you guys watch this video, they are out, but we still have yet to get them. There also is another under the radar make rights. If you bought the 96 or 96 plus playoff champion fantasy pack, the level, I want to say 50 or 51 pack in the store, you are going to get another one because the Part 2 playoff champions or Part 3 champions were not in that pack. So, you know, you could double up on that pack. I'm sure the playoff champions are probably going to drop in price whenever that goes live. Weekly wildcard investing update. I wasn't able to buy too many. I'll be honest, I was a little bit busy last night, so I was only able to get around 15 to 20 of these 94 rated cards. And I'll talk about it a little bit, but they're right now going for around the same price, right? 145, 150. You won't really see these guys individually move for a few days once their packs really stop getting open. I am worried about, now I'm not worried about like losing coins on these. I am worried though on the upside of this week's, specifically this week's 94s, because there's not really that good of a 97 overall card. You have Cole Beasley, who's decent, but we've gotten DeAndre Hopkins and now MVS, who I think are a little bit better. You have Nick Cross, but the other thing is everyone's going to get, or most people are going to get a Tariq Woolen for free 96 overall. So he'll probably take a hit there, and I just don't really see a set that is going to be super, super expensive. You can always just lazy sell, right? 94 overalls are going for 165 right now. I'm sure they'll probably be 170 tomorrow, but normally I like doing the sets with my weekly wildcard investments. We'll have to wait and see if these investments pan out. Speaking of unfiltered prices, taking a small glance, a small look into the trading market, it's finally getting down to the prices we all expected. I hate to say I told you so, but the market as a whole is down. It just took Brady pretty much being removed from packs, and trading is finally getting down to a realistic price. It's going for unfiltered a little bit above the 3 per, and the filter down rate is still like now down to 2.7, 2.8. So it's at a number where it makes sense for the output of the TVP, but you can expect training to probably get a little bit of a bump for the first 24 hours, at least on Thursday, just because we're going to have 5 LTDs in packs. Yes, 5. So I'm sure training will get a little bit of a boost, at least for Thursday. Don't know about Friday. But then going into Saturday and Sunday, there's a good chance we have 0 LTDs in packs. So training, if you have training you're looking to sell, look to sell in the first 24 hours tomorrow, because after that, it's probably going to trickle down to the lowest we see it, because this might be the only 2 days for the next, 20 days TVP is in the store that we actually have 0 LTDs in packs. Honors next week, we're going to have LTDs pretty much in every single day, so there won't be a gap where training will hit the floor like it probably will this weekend. But yeah, prices are down. Hopefully you were patient enough to wait to maybe buy your team the week after, like we kind of talked about, waiting until Monday to buy your AKAs, weekly wildcards, wait until Tuesday, and then any cards deterred by training, wait until the training market gets down to a realistic number. And well, now you can buy pretty much every card for less than you sold them for. Last but not least, let's talk about LTDs, because there's a lot of them, and I'm starting to get more invested into investing into LTDs. Playoff or not playoff, 99 overall Brady has kind of done what I've expected, but we have gone a lot of quarterbacks this week. I mean, starting out with, we got Joe Flacco last Saturday, then who was it on Tuesday? Who was it on? I'm blanking. Kyler Murray, and now Jalen Hurts. So Brady's down to 1.4 mil. I actually probably think now he stays at this price or goes a little bit up. I didn't think he'd get down all the way to 1.4 mil. Last week's legend investments are doing decent. Joe Flacco, it's kind of tough for this card to go absolutely crazy because of all the quarterbacks we've gotten. He peaked, I want to say, at around 480k yesterday, but the announcement of Jalen Hurts, he's come back down to 450. Look to sell him later this weekend. I do think he eventually gets up to 500k. And then Ronnie Harrison has stayed pretty much where he's been at for the past 2 to 3 days in the 515s to 530s. I've sold both my Ronnie Harrisons off for 530k. You can wait till this weekend, but I don't know if he's going to go up anymore. Forrest Gregg, on the other hand, has potential now to go to the moon. I mean, we all thought we were getting a Lane Johnson for part 2, even with the special teaser. Everyone's like, oh, Lane Johnson. No Lane Johnson. And now Forrest Gregg is up to 1.55 mil, about to be 1.6 mil, and there is only 5 on the auction house. I will say, I am not looking to hold them past this weekend. There's a good chance we get a 97 right tackle for Ultimate Legends, or just a 97 right tackle for AKA or Weekly Wildcard. I'm going to look to sell him off this weekend for whatever price he gets to. And then Jalen Mills, there was a lot of panic this morning with Bradbury coming out. Everyone's like, oh, Jalen Mills, sell him off. Goes down to 1.1 mil. And now at the time of recording, he's back up to around 1.4 mil. And I think he has the potential, like Forrest Gregg, to possibly get into the 2 million mark this weekend, because that Eagles theme team is so damn good. Even with Bradbury coming out, those two are going to be your top 2 cornerbacks on the Eagles theme team. Jalen Mills will be bought a lot for people that are trying to now build the Eagles theme team. AKA Harrison Smith, also a very surprising rise in just the first 24 hours. I actually was one of the people, I thought this card was very underrated. I actually bought 10 of him for around a 415k average. He's already at 534k. I don't want to be too greedy with him and like, oh, see if he gets to 600, but I'll probably start selling him off at 530. I'll take my, 50, 40k profit per card. Yeah, very underrated. He also didn't have a lot of supply, I felt like, on the market. Not many people were pulling him, so Harrison Smith looking pretty good. And LTDs as a whole, the past few weeks have done pretty well. And then lastly, we have Kyler Murray. I've bought 3 now at under 400k. Honestly, he probably can't go up too much, just because, especially with this Jalen Hurts coming out, I don't see a path to him for him to become super expensive. But you can buy a few. I'm starting to categorize these LTDs as lottery tickets. Just buy whenever they come out, and if they're below 420k, just go out and buy 4 to 5. And 80 to 90% of them have gone back up to 500k, and so you can make a consistent profit, especially if you have coins lying around that you're not doing anything with them. You might as well throw them into some LTDs and see if they go up. But that is all for this video. Comment if you have any questions, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, peace.